Everybody's ready?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Victor DeLuca, D-E, capital L-U-C-A, capital D-E, capital L-U-C-A. I'm the mayor of Maplewood. And we have other members of our team here which will be fielding any questions you might have. This morning at approximately 9:08, the floor of CODA restaurant collapsed into the building, into the basement rather, and it was an internal collapse. None of the outside walls were compromised in any way. There was work being done in the basement to create a staircase, an internal staircase from the first floor to the basement. That work is being done by H&K Services of Edison, New Jersey. The proper permits were taken. There was an inspection done on May 28th. Everything was in order. This was an unfortunate accident. It is being determined as an accident. We unfortunately have to report to you that there's been one fatality. One of the workers, Zhao Chai Chen, 50 years of age, has passed away from his injuries in the accident. Another worker, I don't have his name, has been taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The buildings adjacent to the CODA restaurant have been evacuated, have been checked. There's no structural damage. The building itself where CODA was in has been closed off and condemned, and we are moving forward with the other buildings to open them back up later on today, and as we will open Maplewood Village later on today. With that, we'll take any questions you might have. I can, yes. G-U-O, that's the first name, T-A-I, second name, and the last is C-H-E-N. We've been told that he's a construction worker. Both people who were injured were construction workers for H&K Associates in Edison. Thank you.
And one more time if you don't mind. G-U-O?
Yes. G-U-O-T-A-I-C-H-E-N.
And who was the third person in the building at the time?
I don't know. Do you know if there was a third person in the building?
It was.
This is, you can say who you are and spell your name.
Chief Michael Dingelstedt from the Maplewood Fire Department. D-I-N-G-E-L-S-T-E-D-T. There were two other people in the building. There was another construction worker and there was a restaurant manager that were both unharmed, fortunately, on our arrival, and they were out when we arrived on the scene.
Because there were 4 people in the building.
That's correct.
Chief, can you describe, and they were saying that it was like an outside wall. Can you describe
Inside.
An inside
The floor.
The floor being great. You said an outside wall.
No. The outside walls were not compromised. It was just the inside floor collapsed into the basement.
In the middle of the restaurant, where in the restaurant?
It was on the.
Chief, stand in front of the microphone. Thank you.
It was the stairwell where they were working was along the wall on the right side of the building, and that's the section of the flooring that collapsed into the basement.
Chief, can you clarify? So, 4 people that were in that building? At the time, 4?
There
were 4 people in the building, the restaurant manager, and 3 construction employees.
Okay, and what happened to the restaurant manager? Was he all right?
Yes, the other 2 people were not harmed. One person died. One person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Can anybody tell us where people were in relation to the collapse when it happened?
Do we know where the people were in relation to the collapse?
They 2 people who were working on the stairwell. We're not sure the reason for the collapse, but the floor collapsed and they were trapped. So they had to be extricated. We had to remove debris from the top of them to remove both workers. So they were alongside of the wall, along the basement wall when we got there.
And the other worker and the manager, where were they?
The other worker I was told was already out of the building when we arrived.
Did you say they were?
The manager also.
Now, Chief,
Now, they were looking into the welfare of the two individuals that were down below, but they got out of the building when we arrived, and there were two police officers already working to try to get the individuals untrapped. And then we went to work, and we had UASI Metro strike team, which is a regional strike team that comes to help with building collapses, and they were responsible for doing the shoring of the building to ensure that it wouldn't collapse anymore.
How dangerous was it for first responders who first went in there to get these gentlemen out before any shoring had been done to make sure the building was safe? They went in there. How dangerous was that?
We were confident at that time that there was not a significant potential for collapse right then, but we had to determine, when the strike team got here, they determined that they needed to do additional shoring to make sure that everybody was safe while we were working in there.
But you all said the building has been condemned at this point, so are there structural questions at this point?
go ahead. Go ahead.
The building is condemned until it's certified by a structural engineer that there's no further potential for collapse, and the first floor is properly shored so it won't collapse into the basement.
Can you tell us how much of that first floor collapsed? What size is that floor? How much escalated came down? And was there anything on top of it? A refrigerator or a cabinet? What else came down?
The size of the hole is probably about 5 feet by 10 feet. It's a normal stairwell, an opening for a stairwell coming up from the basement. As far as the amount of debris down there, I was not down in the basement, so I can't answer that.
How old is this building? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Nobody knows how old it is?
Was that J and K construction or J and K? And or?
A-N.
H.
What?
H is in Harry, and K is in Kathy.
H and K.
Yes, services.
No, just H and K.
H&K Services of Edison, New Jersey.
H and K services of Edison, New Jersey.
And is it possible these were subcontractors for H&K?
Don't know that.
These, the one person that was injured, he was taken to University Hospital. Is that correct?
Yes.
No.
The person who was injured was taken to University Hospital.
Have an age on him?
I do not, nor a name.
We rarely come to the neighborhood. That's why a place, not a lot of crime, not a lot of. So for this to happen, what's your reaction?
This is very sad. These things don't happen here. These buildings are in good shape, and this was an unfortunate accident. Our hearts go out to the families. This is a person who went to work today expecting to come home tonight, and they're not going to be there. And so I also just want to applaud our first responders. The police were here first. Without any equipment, they rushed in and tried to dig out the people who were trapped before the firefighters got there. And when they got there, they went in and did the same. So there was a heroic effort on the part of our first responders to do what they could to save the two people. Unfortunately, one person was not able to be saved, and we were able to get the other person out.
Chief, how soon after it occurred? I just want to make sure it was before 9 o'clock. And how soon did ambulance, fire, everybody?
What was the response time, Chief? Response time.
I don't know. We were notified at 9:08. We were here relatively quickly. Fire headquarters is not too far from here. I don't know the exact time. Within a couple of minutes, the police department, there were two police officers on the scene already in the basement, working to free the workers when I arrived on the scene.
And this happened, you collapsed at least, you can estimate like 10 to 9 or before that?
I'm sorry?
The collapse.
What time was the collapse?
Well, we got the call at 9:09.
We think it was around 9 o'clock.
Did that come from the manager or the other construction worker, do you know?
Do we know who the call came from? No.
And the opening.
We've been the chief's been kind of busy here on the scene, so we haven't been able to go back and listen to the tapes.
You described the opening 5 by 10. That's the stairwell opening, and that's the opening of the cave.
The stairwell opening is 5 by 10. Roughly.
That's a rough estimate. It wasn't measured. It's a normal stairwell opening coming up from the basement to the first floor.
How much more fell in around that collapse?
I don't know what. I don't have a measurement on that.
And did you say the workers were in the staircase going down when it came down, or were they just in the basement already?
Do you know if
The basement?
Do you know if the workers were in the basement or in the stairwell?
That I don't know.
We don't know.
But there was excavation work being done, right? I mean, there's a,
Yes.
And do we know if the collapse was related to the excavation that was done?
We don't know that.
Do you know
That's
if
under
the stairs are
investigation.
constructed yet, or are they still in the
Are
process?
the stairs are being constructed, or are the stairs there?
The stairs were being replaced, and they were in the process of being constructed.
The stairs are in the process of being constructed.